She was a trailblazer of broadcast journalism, the first woman to become the highest paid news host in the business. Along the way, Barbara Walters redefined the TV interview.
What will you tell your children when you have them?
Mommy made a big mistake.
Walters credits her upbringing for being able to relate to famous people. Born in Boston in 1929, her father Lou was in show business, a talent booker for high-profile nightclubs. Walters says she was surrounded by celebrities at an early age, and it kept her from being in awe of them.
I was a very serious student because, in part, I kept changing schools, so I always had to prove myself.
Her father's work had the family bouncing around from city to city during her youth, with stops in New York, Boston, and Miami. She attended Sarah Lawrence College in Yonkers, a tiny liberal arts school. After graduation in 1951, Walters immediately looked for work in New York City. And after a year, she got her first job in the business, working for WNBT writing press releases.
I got a job as the assistant director of publicity. There were only two in the office, the director and I was the assistant.
10 years into her career, Walters would be hired on NBC's Today Show as a writer and producer. Her work caught the eye of another legend who helped launch her career.
And I said, why don't we develop our own talent instead of going to another medium for it? And they said, well, such as, and I said, such as Barbara Walters.
For 11 years, Walters worked up the ranks in the Today Show. Finally, in 1974, she was named the program's first female co-host, cementing her position as a star in TV news. Just 2 years later, ABC came calling with an offer Walters could not refuse: $1 million salary and a chance to become the first woman to anchor the network evening news.
13 years is a long time to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. People thought it was the money. As I said, I was making more money at NBC, but I thought it would be a chance to have a normal life.
At ABC, Walters' talent for interviewing took center stage. On the evening news and later 2020, she would get the interview other journalists couldn't. She twice interviewed Fidel Castro and scored an exclusive with Richard Nixon in 1980. Name an influential political figure of the late 20th century, and chances are Barbara Walters interviewed them.
Do you have a terrible temper?
No, but I do get angry about things.
74 million people watched her interview with Monica Lewinsky, a record for a news program. And in 1995, Walters won a Peabody Award for her story on Christopher Reeve, speaking to him just 4 months after he was paralyzed.
The hours between 2 a.m. and 7 a.m. are the worst.
You don't sleep then?
I do now, but I didn't then. I lie awake.
Always evolving, Walters had a career renaissance in her late 60s when she co-created and starred in the talk show The View, which debuted in 1999. While Walters was known to be tough on her co-stars, she always had their respect.
It was hard being under Barbara. She was a hard taskmaster. Barbara got on me. She said, "You didn't say anything." And I go, "Well, they wasn't going in order." She, "Stop being a child. Stop being a child. You're not a child. Grow up."